Good day, everyone. Attorney Brandon White here. On this channel, as a reminder, you're going to find information on all different types of legal matters our firm handles, and it's going to be split between two different practice areas and playlists. So if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ring that bell so you don't miss any of the great content that we're going to be coming at you with every week. I promise you, it's going to be a lot of good information. Also, in the show notes in the description below, I'm going to be putting links to the resources that we're going to mention today, so you want to check that out. So let's get started. So we've been having a lot of calls from people interested in gun trusts, and it could be for weapons that they lawfully own now or ones that they're planning on maybe purchasing in the future, and they're told they need a gun trust. So I figured, why not go over what the basics of what a gun trust is? And today, I'm not alone. I'm joined by our very own attorney, Jeff Kerr, one of our lead attorneys here at the firm. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Brandon?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us here to talk about the basics of what a gun trust is. Now, in addition to a lot of the different practice areas and even estate planning that you handle for our firm, for our clients, a specific subcategory of estate planning is involving the lawful possession of firearms, right? Planning for the future for those firearms, like gun trusts. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So let's start with the basics. Let's tell everyone what a gun trust is. Let's define it.
So a gun trust is a specific kind of trust that creates a lawful entity, and it's almost always used for either the possession or manufacture of what we call NFA items.
Okay, let's define what NFA means. What does that stand for? What's an NFA versus a non-NFA item?
So NFA stands for National Firearms Act. It was a law passed back in 1934 that restricts the possession of certain kind of weapons. That's going to be short barrel rifles, suppressors, what a lot of people call silencers, fully automatic firearms, short barrel shotguns, and then there are a few others. But those are the most common ones that we see.
Okay, I get it. What are the main reasons someone would even want a gun trust or need one?
So when we're talking about NFA items, generally possession of these items are prohibited unless somebody has gotten specific authorization from the ATF to possess this. It's a rather lengthy application process. Can take anywhere from 3 to 18 months to go through that. And then once that person completes the process, they're then allowed to possess the NFA item. However, we have a lot of people who have friends and family members that they shoot with, that they want to share these items with. And if you purchase one of these as an individual, then you're going to be restricted to only being able to possess that item when that individual is present. So if you're out with your brother, your father, whoever at the range, and they're standing next to you, you're allowed to shoot their short barrel rifle. But if you want to take it out on your own, you're not allowed to do that. And if you were in possession of it when they weren't there, you could actually be charged with a felony offense. Okay. So trusts allow us to create an entity, and instead of an individual owning the item, the trust then owns the item. And at that point, anyone who is a trustee or a beneficiary on that trust is legally allowed to possess the item in question.
Now, you're mentioning the term trust too, and I like a lot of firms, we handle traditional estate planning for revocable trust where you put your house, your cars, and other assets. When we say gun trust, that is a separate document above and beyond the traditional trust you're going to create for all this other items. Is that right?
Yeah, generally what we like to do is we like to keep our gun trust separate from any other trust that you may have. Maybe you've got a trust for your son or daughter that is going to make distributions to them when they reach a certain age or something like that. And the reason that we want to keep these separate is because there's a lot of specifically tailored things that we've put in our gun trusts for the protection of the individuals involved in the trust. For example, one of the things that we do is the moment that anyone who is a trustee or beneficiary, for whatever reason, becomes a prohibited possessor or somebody who's not allowed to possess firearms, their rights and obligations under the trust are automatically terminated.
I see. And on that note, sticking with the gun trust, do I need separate trusts for each firearm?
No, we tailor our trust so that you can add as many firearms as you want to that particular trust, and you can also add or remove any trustees at any time. We set it up to be very user-friendly, so it's just kind of plug and play. You fill out paperwork, you take it to your notary, and you've made the changes that you need to change without having to come back into the firm, without having to get a new trust.
Love that. Pretty convenient. So We talked about what a gun trust is. We talked about the basics, King. We talked about the difference between an NFA versus a non-NFA item. Talked about the different reasons someone would even need a gun trust. So let's say, listeners are watching this right now and they want to get started today. What's the process for setting up that gun trust to even get started?
So we're set up so that anyone can just call into the firm for a free consultation. And you're more than welcome to come in and meet us in person. However, we're also set up to do everything online and over the phone. Basically, we would just need to get you out an invoice and legal agreement. And once we got that handled, all we'd need from you would be the name of your trust and the name of any trustees that you want to add who might be able to share in these items. And then we can usually get a draft of that out in about a week or so.
Perfect. Pretty convenient. Great. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to add or tell people?
Just when we're dealing with NFA items and ATF restricted items like this, make sure that before you do anything that you're not sure about, you contact us or get some good legal advice on how to proceed, because there are a lot of pitfalls that some people can find themselves in that make them what we call accidental felons. These are law-abiding people trying to comply with the law, but not realizing that making certain modifications to a firearm or adding certain accessories suddenly converts what is a normal legal firearm into an NFA restricted firearm. And we've seen some people getting charged with crimes for having no intention whatsoever to actually do that. So just be very careful with this stuff and give us a call if you have any questions.
Well, that's great. And that's great advice too. We're here to help, folks. We're here to help. So if you do want that free session here, that free consult to get your questions answered, maybe even get started on a gun trust, give us a call. It's 866-336-2078 or online at brandonwhitelaw.com. For now, Attorney Brandon White and Attorney Jeff Kerr signing off, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe.